proof? Oh there. Be there? Oh, I get that for you. I can never ever watch this freaking godforsaken of a horror movie. That's literally all I'm saying. What is going on, guys? Stardust-one from Stardust-oneworldreviews here, and today I'm here to review Truth. The Truth of Dare is directed by Jeff Wilder, the same person behind Kick-Ass 2 and True Memoirs and Natural Assassin. This is also the latest film in Blumhouse Productions and stars Lucy Hale, Tyler Posey, and Hayden Sester, along with a bunch of other people that know. And it's basically about a group of people who basically are partying and drunk, of course, and decide to play the game of Truth or Dare. Which is a harmless game, when in reality, it's basically a lot more dangerous than expected. That's basically. And it's a lot more crazier and supernatural than expected. And of course, I wasn't looking forward to this film whatsoever. Like, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, seriously, like, it's gonna be a typical, generic, terrible, insane, and god-awful horror movie. That's basically the vibe I got from the trailers, honestly. Honestly, I wasn't looking forward to them at all. I wasn't excited at all, but I kept a little hope, honestly, because this year so far has been really surprising when it comes to films. Like, there were a lot of films this year where I wasn't looking forward to them at all. But I ended up actually liking a lot more than I thought I would. I thought, man, maybe the Truth of Dare could be that another one of those movies, right? I was that wrong. I saw that movie, and it fucking sucked. Like, who wasn't surprised by that? Like, who in reality isn't surprised? I was surprised I actually hated this movie a lot more than I thought I would. And it's gonna be awful, but it's gonna be this terrible. And honestly, this might be the worst film I've seen this year so far. And saying how much I hate Game Over, man, that's really saying a lot. It was like, Truth or Dare frickin' sucks. Now, the only good thing I will give this movie, I'm not counting it as an overall positive, but one thing, and kind of isn't a positive in a way, is that there were some moments in this movie that are so terrible, so insane, and so, oh my god, that it is unintentionally hilarious. There were a lot of moments, there were some moments in this movie where I was laughing my ass off, and those were things that probably shouldn't even be laughing about, especially those weird smiles that the people had. Like, first time I saw them, I laughed my ass off. But there were even a couple death scenes where I was laughing my ass off when I know I shouldn't be. It's like, like a fellow thought maybe this could be kind of like a wish upon type of thing. And which is another horror film that's last year that I consider to be an guilty pleasure as well. And it also has some of the most hilarious death scenes I've ever seen in films. Again, the scenes I probably shouldn't even be laughing at, so I thought maybe this could be a good person like that. But then you realize one thing. This film ends up taking itself way too seriously to the point where you can't really laugh at a lot of stuff that's happening. Like, you really can't laugh at most of happening because it does take itself way too seriously. And when a film does that, it just doesn't work at all, honestly. Like, this could have been so close to being a guilty pleasure and a film like Call You Watch and laugh my ass off at. But again, it takes itself way too seriously to the point where I could not have fun with it. It's basically not enough to be considered a guilty pleasure, which is very unfortunate. I also thought the acting. It sucks. It's phoned in, terrible, awful. In fact, most of it trying. Not even Lucy Hale, honestly. I mean, I felt in a few things that she was trying, but not enough like I said she was good. And that sucked, because I don't like Lucy Hale as an actress. I mean, I had not seen Pretty Little Liars, but I've seen her in a lot of other stuff, and she also has some music that I really like from her as well. She is talented. I know Lucy Hale is talented. But here, not so much. Not so much. And this film basically has nearly every single horror film cliche in the book. Like, it's insane how cliche this film actually is. Like it literally is insane how cliche this film is. Like, it's cliche to the 10th degree. It has all the horror cliches, like, has all the horror cliches in the book. Like I don't write a book, like if you have a book that says horror cliches, this film pretty much check the majority of those cliches. That's basically how cliche this movie is. Of course, lots of it becomes predictable and there's no suspense, it's tense. And especially didn't help that I noticed that the trailers pretty much spoiled the whole movie. Yeah, the trailers spoiled the whole movie. I honestly hate it when films do that, honestly. I can hate it when trailers don't show too much that they shouldn't be. And this film was one of those cases. And like with every type of horror film, you also have characters that are so unlikable, so terrible people, and just flat out awful people that you can't now root for them. Like Lucy, like the one of the things that could have been interesting and could be crazy is the arc that Lucy Hale goes through in this movie, as she's kind of a terrible person, becomes a more better person later on. That could actually been interesting if the development arc didn't feel incredibly rushed, and the fact that despite that she's still incredibly unlikable, so somebody feel like she doesn't even learn anything from this film at some points. Like, really. Now, I'm sure, of course, with every horror film, you're always gonna have some characters making some stupid and terrible decisions, because that ends up happening in horror movies for some reason. People making terrible, god-awful decisions. And again, it happens again here. But why has a horror film having characters make stupid decisions? I mean, sometimes it's more forgivable, like in A Quiet Place, when we can actually understand why they made that decision. But in this movie, there's some moments where it's like, come on, you can't be that stupid. Like, really. Really, and despite them feeling culpable, this can sound so bad and hilarious, most of the deaths and even most of the dares, and not all the dares in the movie, are just weak, poor, and uninteresting and uninventive as hell. Like, really. Because the film became so boring, I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep watching, because I had fallen asleep in a lot of movies last year. Then there were 4 or 5 movies I actually fell asleep watching it. And this movie, I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep at all on set. I'm surprised that I didn't fall asleep watching Truth or Dare, because that's how boring it was. Especially since it has some teen and high school drama added to it that feels so pointless, so unnecessary, so annoying, and you feel like it was just there just to add filler to the story. That's basically how I feel like it was basically there just for filler. Especially this love triangle that happens in this movie that feels so unnecessary and doesn't really add to anything. It doesn't really add to anything at all in the movie. It really doesn't add to anything at all. I mentioned you also got the one thing in horror movies that I hate freaking most, and that is false jump scares. Now, like I always mentioned, jump scares can't be handled right. If used in the right way, they can. I mean, like I mentioned, A Quiet Place shouldn't have a couple of false scares and they just have jump scares, but it knows how to use them right. It knows how to use them in the right ways. And James Wan especially knows how to do right in his horror movies. I'm saying those are how you do jump scares right. This movie, however, they basically have the typical false jump scares, but like you're cleaning, washing your hair or pulling a pen, and a noise happens. Like, oh, it's just my friend. Like, it's just so annoying, and it really eliminates a lot of the suspense. And not only eliminates a lot of the suspense in the movie, but it's so constantly annoying when they keep resorting to that. I mean, Winchester this year was a huge example. It did end up reviewing that movie, but that movie was a terrible example of how to do false scares right. A terrible example of false jump scares. Then I'm kind of on top of this one, I just want to give us an example to how not do false jump scares. But anyway, again, this movie is also boring. I again, personally fall asleep watching it. And of course, the Truth or Dare game itself. Now, on paper, this actually could have been an interesting concept, actually. Like, if done in the right way, this could have been a very smart and intriguing movie. If this could have been a lot more inventive, yeah. But the truth of the game was kind of easy to follow at first, but as the movie progresses, the rules in the game kind of change and kind of add some new rules that just make no sense. And that leaves the movie having so many inconsistencies and plot holes in this movie. Like, it's insane how many inconsistencies and plot holes this movie actually has. Like, it really is. And of course, the CGI, especially with those smiles, are just really. And of course, Enemy Brothers is a lot smarter, a lot better than it actually is, when it's not good at all. And it's also dialogue is incredibly cringy and terrible. And the ending is one of those endings. That's all I gotta say. Also, what I mention is, of course, I wasn't scared at all. The most important thing that a horror film should do when you're watching it is to scare the pants off. That's basically why horror is invented, to scare the living shit out of you. And to leave you with suspense. That's what a Quiet Place did this year. That's how you do a horror film right. This film is basically how you do it completely wrong. So I wasn't scared one bit. So overall, truth or dare, it's about the worst film I've seen this year so far. While not the most offensive and infuriating film of the year, that's kind of what the Game of Man. The reason why this kind of beats out Game of Man, because it's so infuriating, and it's still infuriating that we got some good horror movies like this, that people are still learning about them, not learning how to craft great horror. Last couple years were actually really good for horror. And good horror. But we can't get those horror movies. I hope you still get those horror movies out, because I feel like no one's even tried, no one's even doing anything smart or anything, whatever. So much is really terrible on every single level. From the acting, to the writing, to the directing, to the story, to the characters, to the deaths, to the dares. It's the cliches and how ridiculous it is, to being boring, to having so many plot holes and inconsistencies. And again, this film could have been the concept of being a guilty pleasure, but it just takes itself way too seriously to me to not to consider, unfortunately. Like, if you do think it's guilty pleasure, more power to you. That's for me, unfortunately. It takes itself too seriously enough for me to not consider it. So that being said, I'm round question going to give truth or dare a 0 of an F. If you plan to see this movie, I dare you not to see it. Like, I literally dare you not to see it. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of Truth or Dare. If you fortunately haven't got a chance to see this movie, let me know in the thoughts and comments down below if you haven't seen it. Again, stay tuned for a lot more videos planned. Tomorrow I have my review for Batman Arkham Knight. And of course I'll be continuing live streaming Spiral 2 tonight, so stay tuned for that. This weekend I'll make sure to post a couple more singing videos I haven't done one in a while, so stay tuned for that as well. And of course I have more TV reviews for you guys as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, I truly do appreciate it. If you haven't, be sure to like this video, be sure to share, be sure to subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites, all links mentioned down below. I am Sam Mobile from Stardust-oneworldreviews. I will see you next time, and stay cool, everybody. Peace. Again, I dare you not to see this movie.